Let's talk about something very interesting we heard one of the Vikings say today, and that's their defensive lineman, Brian Robinson. He talked about how they've learned from last year how, while it looks good now, it could still all fall apart. Take a listen.
We started 5-0 last year, was clicking on all cylinders, and obviously we had a lot of injuries and things like that. But down the stretch, we had some ball games we were in that that we very easily could have won, and just wasn't able to finish it off. So for us, I think it helped us focus this year. I also think it helps us realize that it doesn't matter how many games you win, it can go south real quick if you don't stay focused. And so for us, it's just about staying focused right now, making sure we do everything we can to complete the task at hand, which for us this week is Atlanta.
So at 9-2, you look at the Vikings, you think, well, they're going to learn from their mistakes. They're not going to collapse like they did a year ago. Now, you look at it, and look, these look like solid teams. But if you had to pick one right now, and going from the Falcons up, that as of today would be in the playoffs, which team do you think could be the Vikings of last year and fall all the way out?
Good question.
Because there's some solid, strong teams in there.
There's some solid, strong teams. But if I had to pick one team that potentially could fall
all the way
completely out of the playoffs,
oh boy,
for me, it's between the Saints and the Panthers.
Really?
Yes.
The Saints?
And the Panthers. And I pick either team based on how difficult that division is. The round robin, to say the least, right?
No doubt.
All three teams will play
play
each other in a matter of the next 5 weeks. But with the Saints having so many injuries in that defense, especially in the secondary, we saw how Jared Goff pretty much had his way against that defense.
He did. He looked good.
And that's a concern for me because the reason they're currently sitting on top of their division has been because of how well that defense has played.
Agreed.
We're not surprised to see the offense play well. Now, we are surprised to see them run the ball extremely well.
No doubt.
But can they weather the storm until they get some of their key members in the secondary back? This is a key game between the New Orleans Saints and the Carolina Panthers because the winner of this ball game will be sitting atop of that division. And the Atlanta Falcons, they're surging in the right direction.
Absolutely.
And I believe they will find a way to get into the playoffs. But the team that potentially could be out is the Carolina Panthers, based on the inability to go blow for blow with elite offenses, not seeing how well they can really. I guess what I saw against the Jets, I saw an offense that was struggling.
Yeah.
And we don't consider the Jets defense to be lights out.
No.
And then when you factor in the New Orleans Saints, the health. I'm afraid of the health. That concerns me.
You're right. And Drew Brees, while he's still Drew Brees, they are relying on the run a lot more. It doesn't look like he can necessarily, I know the Redskins might beg to differ, beat you just with his arm. We'll find out if the Saints or Panthers might free fall a little bit.